Cheers, mate. I am genuinely kind of hyped to talk about this show today, and I don't know if that's embarrassing for me or not. Oh well, time to overshare on the internet again. Hey, what's up, how are we today? It's Mebby, and do any of y'all remember the show Fetch with Ruff Ruffman? Well, I definitely do because this was in fact my childhood. Fetch was a kid show on PBS, and it was essentially like a children's reality TV show, game show competition, except with less slapping and alcohol consumption. Our host was Ruff Ruffman, an animated dog with his cat assistant named Blossom, who he low-key had beef with. Each season there would be a new group of 6 kids, and with each episode they'd be sent off to do little challenges that were associated with like career paths or life experiences. And there was also some like weird point system with each episode, and so at the end of every season they'd have like these games and they'd tally up all the points, and then there would be like a finale winner of the game show. So the stakes were high. It's also worth mentioning that it was not uncommon for Ruff Ruffman to say the most out-of-pocket shit sometimes. Overall, it was pretty fun and educational and kept a 9-year-old Mebby very entertained. And growing up, I had the strongest desire to be a competitor on this show. I needed to be a Ruff Ruffman contestant. And honestly, I still do. That goal is still very present in my head. So today I thought it would be fun to take a little trip down memory lane and live vicariously through these kids from the 2000s and watch an episode of Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. So to find an episode to watch for this video, I just looked up like highest rated, most popular Fetch with Ruff Ruffman episodes, and like there was a whole list. And on that list, I found season 5, episode 18, titled Snoop Dogg. Genuinely thought that they like introduced these kids to drugs in this episode. I was very confused. I was like, whoa! Ruff Ruffman, what are you doing? Thankfully, I read the description of the episode, and that is not what it is about. But still, based on title alone and the shock factor that came from it, I decided that this would be the episode we'd be looking at today. So let's get started with season 5, episode 18 of Fetch with Ruff Ruffman, Snoop Dogg.
My parents are alive.
Holy shit, hello? What happened to hello? How are you? My name is. No, I forgot to mention that this show apparently has lore. Why? I don't know, but okay, eat. So quick little stupid summary. Ruff Ruffman has been through years of trauma because apparently his parents went missing when he was a baby. But it actually turns out that they're alive, and he finds this out while in the middle of running his very popular game show. Game show? Game show. Sure, that's right. But I mean, this is some pretty heavy stuff. Someone could definitely write a whole AO3 fan fiction about it. I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying you could. Possibly. Anyway, he decides he needs to find out where his parents are and who did it. And while this is going on, there is also a TV show called Go Get It that is basically an exact replica of Fetch and like copies it. But Fetch is run by an evil cat association called Purrs. Because again, this is the 2000s where cats are evil and dogs are good, and that's just the way of the world. Also, Blossom, his cat assistant, has nothing to do with Purrs. Don't disrespect her good name. She's an angel and she's perfect and we love her. Blossom even encourages the main drive of this episode, where she's reading her little detective novel as she should, and she suggests that in order to find his parents, Ruff should use detective work, like her little mystery novel. And he's like, you're right, girl. I have just the people for it. But I wonder if Purrs and his missing parents have anything to do with each other. Spoiler alert, they do. And I don't know how, but they do. But before we get to that, we're led right into the theme song, and I don't know how much of it I can play, but oh my god, guys, this theme song goes so incredibly hard that it should be illegal. I mean, it's illegal for me to play for you because of copyright, but still, it's so good. Fetch. It's very catchy. With Ruff Ruffman. That's my little singing moment for you guys. So after the theme, all of the contestants run out and they get like introduced with like their name and like a little fun, stupid fact about them. But these like, fun, stupid facts are really f***ing stupid. Like this one.
She's interested in geology, which totally rocks. In 5th place, it's Shreya.
But they're also kind of mean sometimes. For example, Marco in this episode.
He says one of his bad habits is talking too much. In 6th place, it's Marco.
He's genuinely like, this guy doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. It's Marco! Low-key, it doesn't make me want to be on the show anymore. And next up is Mebby. She is scared of commitment and does not know if she'll ever feel secure in any of her future relationships. The thought eats her up at night, and her lack of sleep is affecting her productivity during the day. Also, her favorite food is pizza. Give it up for Mebby. Yeah, she sucks. We didn't say that. We love you, girl. I hated that. So at the beginning of each episode, all the contestants like gather into the main room, and then Ruff gives them their little tasks and challenges for the day, and then they go off and fetch, like the name of the show, they fetch information and points for Ruff. But this little meaning's a little different because he decides to trauma dump on them for some reason.
As you guys know, there are two major mysteries in my life. One, my parents are missing. And two, Go Get It is somehow more popular than Fetch. I need an investigation. I need answers. I need
child labor! Yeah, the children's mission for the day is going to private investigators and trying to unravel all the years of trauma that Ruff has been through. As they should. That's a normal thing to make children do for you, yeah. Usually the kids are like sent out on different missions in random groups, but this time they were all sent together, so it's like really hands on deck for this one. So the beginning of this mission really kills me because it starts out like this.
Joe and Michelle? Joe.
The investigators are in the library.
Hey, are you Joe and are you Michelle?
Yes, we are.
Like, they genuinely just sent them into a random library and like, find these two strangers, good luck. I mean, I'm glad they eventually found the two strangers, but like, there had to be a better way to do that. So Ruff is begging for help, and the private investigators begin to show the kids what they do and how they do it, and this is when you realize, oh my god, this show is old. Because I don't know how PIs do their investigative work now, but I highly doubt they use things like this. I mean, maybe they do, but I don't think it looks like that.
So we can look up events in history. Can anybody give me an idea of something we can look up? Maybe.
When the man first walked on the moon.
Yeah, that one. I was thinking that one. Yeah, that one. Totally. Yeah.
Does anyone have any idea when that might have happened?
2001.
1969?
Let's go find
No, yeah, 1969. Sorry, I got my dates mixed up. I was thinking that too. After looking at those news articles, they also discuss how to figure out if someone is lying to them when in an interview or interrogation or something. And they give them a bunch of examples, like someone's looking to their left, fidgeting, crossing their arms. And you know what? That's like kind of weird because every time my family tells me they love me, they like always do all three of those things. Strange. Totally kidding, by the way. My family does love me. I think. So the investigators decide to put on a little skit to show the kids like what this might look like in a real life situation.
All right, a little role playing.
Oh, that was a little gross, Ruff. I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. Don't say that, dude. And during this situation, the kids obviously see that she's like lying, but they're all like judging the out of her, and it is so funny. I'd be fidgeting if a group of 13-year-olds were looking at me like this too. That's terrifying. Then Ruff calls them to give them a little task.
Oh, guys, it's Ruff. I'll put it on speaker.
I need you to head down to the microfilm lab and look up the day my parents disappeared.
That is such a normal thing to ask a bunch of children to do for you.
Okay, so when was the year Ruff was born?
Don't show anybody the year on that box.
Ruff, what do you mean by that? How old are you? Why don't you want the public knowing that? That makes me feel a little uneasy. Anyways, the kids finally find the article talking about Ruff's parents going missing, which I'm sure is traumatic for him to be revisiting and listening to these children tell him about. But gasp, they find a clue.
Police say they are confused by a small card Ruff was found holding in his paws.
Purrs.
So not only is it bad that pervs? Hello? Oh my god, I didn't mean to say that. So not only is it bad that Purrs stole Ruff Ruffman's TV show idea and viewership, but it's also horrible that they stole his parents. And not only that, but they have blatantly admitted to it. They have put their mark on the scene of both of the crimes. Like, they are not trying to be secretive about this. They have decided to with this dog's life. And he's just too stupid to notice, so he makes children do it for him. This is messed up. This is seriously messed up stuff. Where is the AO3 fanfiction? So now Ruff needs to find the connection between these two events. So in order to do this, he sends 3 of the kids in the group with the detectives to go learn how to spy or snoop. Like the title of this episode. Snoop Dogg, in case you forgot. And he sends the other 3 contestants to go learn how to build and program a robot. For some reason, I don't know why that's important or you necessarily need that, but okay, that's an important task we're doing. So the 3 of the kids go to meet up with a professor of robotics, and you know what? I'll say it, he is strangely attractive. Anyways, moving on. The other 3 contestants stick with the same PIs to go on a surveillance mission. Holy That is so funny. Imagine they took these kids on like a genuine surveillance mission and like they witness a drug deal gone wrong. Then they would have as much trauma from this show as Ruff Ruffman. Aww, they're trauma bonded. Maybe that gets them extra points.
You're going to learn how to tail a suspect.
Yeah, and maybe a bunch of 13-year-olds shouldn't be learning how to do that, dude. Like, I get that the show is about like teaching about different career paths and stuff, but still I don't think like kids should actively be learning about how to stalk and spy on people. I don't know, this is just a thought. Problematicness aside, Ruff has a suspect for them, and you know what? Yeah, he looks like he has done some not so good stuff. But that's what wearing weird sunglasses and smirking in a disturbing manner will do for you. So this guy, apparently named Gunther, that's such a funny name, sorry, runs like a fitness dog walking business. But Ruff's friend, who actively participates in this business, has found that he has not lost any weight. So obviously this is a scam and makes him a scum of a human.
So we're trying to see if he's telling the truth.
That is correct. We're just going to observe him.
And is he okay with that?
Well, he's not going to know that.
Oh.
And like, these kids don't even want to do this. They were like, do we have his consent? And he was like, no, but we don't need it. Like, yes, obviously this is how real surveillance missions work, but these kids are just too innocent and naive to really realize that. And so now they're gonna go spy on this random dog walker in order to catch him red-handed. Or should I say, red-pawed. That was about, I'll see myself out. I will see myself out. Bye. Also, what does this have to do with Ruff's missing parents? I have no clue. I cannot imagine it has anything to do with it, but who cares? So back to the robotics, the kids are currently learning how to like code the robot and stuff, and not to flex, but I went to state for robotics twice when I was in middle school, so I kind of know what they're talking about. I kind of understood everything that was told to these literal children, so suck on that. Sorry. It's pretty basic coding, basically similar to all the sessions you would do in middle school and stuff. But honestly, compared to the literal surveillance mission that the other kids are going on, this is pretty tame. Except they programmed their series of code to start when they like all clapped their hands, which I'm sure is like pretty basic, like I could have done that, but at the same time, I never got to do that in middle school, and that is cool as f. Like, I wish I was able to do that. But now it's time to go back to that spying group real quick.
I think our subject is coming.
He's what? That is an insane thing to say. I don't think they were meant to be surveying for that. This is the kids show. I'm sorry, Mebby. So like, while they're doing surveillance on this man, the car is just like slowly following behind him the whole time because he's walking a dog. But like, it's very obvious. It's this guy's own fault for not noticing them if he gets caught. Maybe it's just like, I'm a girl in America thing, but I never feel safe walking outside alone. And if I saw a car slowly following me around and looking suspicious, oh yeah, I'm pulling out my mace and calling my mother immediately. Pepper spray T-zone right in the face, babe. And you know what? I might even have a taser. I don't, but I do really want one because I could just go and just don't mess with me. Anyways, they follow him to the point where he like wraps the dog around a chair and walks right into a cafe.
Hey, he's gonna go get some coffee, and he's not coming out.
Yes, he is. He just walked into a little cute coffee shop in a walkable city. That's basically coming out. Oh, you mean like coming out of the shop. Okay, sorry. Misinterpreted. My bad. But anyways, yay, they caught that the guy was scamming dogs. And the surveillance mission, including children, did not go horribly wrong, which is good because it could have gone much worse. And also, our robotics team finally learned how to program the robot.
So now you have a robot that can go into somewhere where you don't know and pick something up and bring it back out for you.
That is such a specific way to word that. I wonder if that's what it will be used for later. So then Blossom, the brains behind this whole operation, obviously, suggests that they create a fake like help wanted sign to attract someone from PERS to come apply for fetch so they can get some like insider scoop information, like that, you know? So Ruff decides to call them all to the library, and like at the beginning of this scene, this happens.
Awesome.
Like, the robotics team is like trying to show off, but they didn't do it right, or like the robot just like can't pick up the phone that Ruff was calling from. But like, I guess they were just so desperate for this shot, so they just had the girl like carry it with the robot, and like the rest of the cast is like awkwardly cheering because they knew like it didn't go right. It's such a stupid shot that it's just so funny. And then it gets worse. Ruff tells them the plan for like the little help wanted thing, and this is their reaction.
We're running a fake help wanted ad saying that we're looking for a new fetcher. We're sure that somebody from PERS is going to apply for the job because they'll want to steal our ideas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. They do not seem interested or excited about this plan. I think they're kind of like, what the f is this random orange dog thinking now? And why do we have to keep doing his dirty work for him? So Ruff puts him in charge of interviewing the people to rat out the spy. And this shot is so funny because it's supposed to be like a professional show in this universe, and it just really looks like it's headed by 3 random children. Because essentially it is. And Blossom. Don't forget her. So the first interview starts like this.
What's your information on Fetch? I've never actually really seen an episode of Fetch.
Hello? Like, I just feel like that's not something you want to be saying as soon as your interview starts. I don't know if that's gonna get you anywhere for the job you're applying for, sweetheart. Also, these kids are conducting these interviews with Sharpies and markers. So, very professional. Next interview.
I'm Finn.
Okay, next applicant.
I kind of want to get this job specifically so I could work for Ruff Ruffman. I'm a pretty big fan.
I just gotta say, I relate to this kid a lot. Ruff Ruffman, just like, give me a job. Like, I know your show was canceled, but just give me a job. Let me be a fetcher. Please, I know I could do it. Like, please. But this guy is also low-key fidgeting. So could this mean that he is possibly the sus imposter on this cruise ship? Sorry, but 2020 possessed me or something. Is he the spy for PERS? At the end of the interviews, they all decide that the suspect was Finn. So the next step is to like hire Finn and like get dirt. But the way that the main PI describes how to do this is terrifying and funny.
I have to bring Finn back and we're going to hire him. And then we will send the other fetchers to trail him and see just what he does now.
I don't know if it's the city accent, but low-key makes it feel like they're in the mob. We're getting answers and we will take lives if we have to. Which honestly, who knows? They may have already done worse for Ruff Ruffman. I don't know if he has the most ethical business practices. So they hire Finn and discover that he's actually a production assistant for the show Go Get It by PERS. So they follow him because that's normal to follow a child around. So the kids surveillance Finn. And honestly, I'll say they look badass doing it. So eventually they are led to the PERS office, but they can't get in because of lasers. Obviously, a very common everyday problem for everyone, which honestly the media I consumed as a kid convinced me that lasers would be a much bigger problem for me than they would be now. Like, I was convinced that I would have to learn how to dodge and evade lasers in order to get my things on a daily basis. Like, I was concerned that this was going to be a much bigger problem than it is. But basically they can't get in. So they're like, what do we do? And then they think of the robot team because, as the professor of robotics said,
So now you have a robot that can go into somewhere where you don't know and pick something up and bring it back out for you.
so they obviously can get it. And as they say, oh my god, we should get the robotics team, they literally spawn in. Like, they just... there. That's convenient. So they use their little clapping program in order to get the robot to move forward and grab a package that Finn has conveniently left for PERS on the floor. For some reason, he couldn't find a table, I guess. But anyway, the robot grabs the package and brings it back. So let's see what's inside.
Huh, it looks like a to-do list.
Get milk, get tuna, take over the world?
Take over the world?
Yeah, that's weird. That's suspicious. So the children get scared and are like, okay, we gotta go. These people are psychos. And they head back to the main, like, Fetch Ruff Ruffman HQ place. I don't know what they call it. They head over to Ruff's house. And when they get there, Ruff offers them the points that they get for, like, doing his dirty work for the day. And he also offers 10 bonus points to a character each episode. And this time it went to Marco, the kid he roasted at the beginning of the episode. So, like, how the turntables, really. Also, at the end of each episode, Ruff offers the kid who gets the bonus points a choice between 2 packages, one with a really good prize and one with like a shitty prize, and the kid gets to choose. So Marco chose package A, so let's see what that is.
Wait, what is that?
It's like a dog collar.
Oh, he got a collar. Okay. Yeah, Ruff, okay. cooler. That's a little weird. Anyways, then the episode ends. Oh, you wanted to know what happened with Ruff's parents and the Purrs and like what it all has to do with each other? No, you don't get those answers. Did anything get accomplished in this episode as far as discovering the loss of his parents and like how it's all connected? No. But it was still a good episode and has a really funny title. So, 10 out of 10. And I'm not kidding when I say that this show was my entire life growing up and I have many core memories associated with it. So if you guys like this show as kids or enjoyed watching it now, please let me know in the comments below. And also, while you're down there, you can hit a like and subscribe if you want. I would really appreciate that. A few months ago, someone actually commented that they were on this show because like I brought Ruff Ruffman up in a video and I was like, what? Like, that's insane. Special shout out to the person who commented that. If you're still here, like, just know that you lived my childhood dream, and I'm not jealous. I would just say that I really, 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 really wish I was you. Anyways, I hope we all got a little nostalgia burst from this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and I love you. Bye! I didn't wait to renovate, found 6 contestants, all were great, and now I'm on the road to fame. I've got a game show, and its name is Fetch. It's very catchy, with Ruff Ruffman. I hope you guys enjoyed my rendition of that.